Hey guys, what's going on? Nomadic Midhunter here. Finally back up in New Jersey, unexpectedly actually. I didn't believe that I was going to be back here, but I am here. And I want to do a lot of different things. All the stuff that I've learned over the winter and the stuff that I learned down in Florida while I was there. And just talking with all these new people. I love all of you guys. You're awesome. And I'm really happy, probably just like you, to be starting this spring off awesomely. Now up in my garden, I'll be putting a link probably over here or some side. I'll show you that I have a couple things. One, my kale awesomely bolted and is starting to flower, and I guess it will seed out. I think they're also edible. I'll have to look into that. And my garden itself, I wanted to do it last year, but I didn't get around to it. There's rocks all over it, just like pebbles and all. So I'm actually going to make myself a sifting box. I'm going to redo the whole thing and I'm putting some new topsoil, mix it in there with all the compost that I have, that I've had from last season. And then I'm going to probably just plant everything. And I'm going to do it back to Eden with the wood chips and all. So this is going to be a really fun experiment, and I'm going to have to be videotaping this in sections. So just like you, I think you're probably, if you're watching this, extremely excited to be getting back into the spring and the gardening, and let's see if we can grow a better future. So I went to Home Depot, and a lot of people were extremely happy for the season that's coming up. Some things I already had from the hoop house build that I did, like the drill bits, screws, staples, staple gun, handsaw, ruler, pencil, a square. But what I had to buy was just a 1/4 inch piece of wood, 8 feet long or so. Nothing fancy. It's for dirt. It'll probably break, and I just want to use it for the one season. I'm okay with that, but that's me personally. You can get something better. And then you get some hard wire cloth. This is 19 gauge. I do have bigger stones. There are smaller ones, but the garden did really well last year, so that's okay with me. And I just want to get the bulk out. So we'll get to cutting. So what you're going to do is, I marked off each one with a ruler. I found out that this 8-foot piece of wood is actually a little bit longer. So I measured every 2 feet. And then you take your square, and then you're just going to mark them and make sure that everything lines up straight. Now that you got everything measured up, it's time to start cutting. Alright, so now that you got your pieces cut, you just take your square and you try to make it square, and you line it all up, and then you take a small drill bit, make a pilot hole, change out drill bits, put your screw in, and then you move on. So I'm going to do 2 on each side. Alright, so I don't know where my wire cutters are, but I'm just going to use a hacksaw. It's going to take a little bit more time, but it'll get the job done. It's really thin. That's what happens when you leave a place and you have a brother that just decides to throw tools wherever they want to. So this should be some fun. Yep, real fun. Alright, so when you get the piece all cut up, you're going to take your staple gun and staple it on down. I am going to take 2 flaps and I'm going to put it on each side. But every couple holes or so, spacing around. And there you go. You got yourself a little sifting box to get some of that stones out. Let's go up to the garden. Let's have some fun. All right, now to the working part. You're going to need your sifter. You could actually put this up on stilts or on horses or something, so you don't actually have to do the second step like I'm going to do. Is I'm going to use the wheelbarrow and sift it into here and then redo it. The gauge on my sifter is a little bit bigger. There are some smaller pebbles, but that's okay. I just want to get the majority out for right now, like the bigger ones. And also I hacked up a lot of the different vine plants over here, and the root system's still there. So I kind of want to get rid of it, especially some of its poison ivy. So I'm going to sift it through, and it gave me an extra foot or so on the side now to start really growing extra stuff. So like I said, take some dirt. Some of the plant material is not that bad, but some of the other young stuff, especially the poison ivy, I want to kind of get rid of. Do that for now. So I got plant material stuff. Also be careful of some of the worms that you have in your garden. I just take them, try not to push them through the grate and grate them. So I take them and I throw them back into the garden. They're really good for the, helping to irrigate the soil from underneath. But as you can tell, a lot of this root and ivy vines and stuff, they could possibly still come back up, and I don't want that to happen and choke out the rest of the stuff that I actually want to grow as food. Also, you can see that it didn't get everything, so I was trying to get, just scrape the top off and do this. You can do a smaller grate, or you can do two, stack them up. You can have this one on top and then have a smaller one on the bottom underneath it, so you get even more. But this is all good soil that I want to keep in there. Some of the plant matter, that's all going to be breaking down into compost. That's about it. Okay, so now that you got your stuff over here that you don't want, you throw it into your bin, and you go right back to work. If you like this tutorial video, please click the like button and leave a comment. I'd like to hear what you guys are doing for this season also, so maybe do like a video response if you would like. Have a great day. Together, we can grow a better future. See ya.